Hey, you got Fox here. There's been a lot of consternation lately about Mut. I'm going to go into what I think is wrong with Mut, not the gameplay of Madden, but the Mut mode itself. First, I'm going to talk about what I like. I think outside of the journey, the solo rewards have been good with one caveat that we'll get to later. Having the Gauntlet Unleashed giving a choice of reward is a nice innovation by the Mut staff. I do think the solos have offered a variety of content suited to many different audiences. By audiences, I mean there are some people who like a long grind and some who like a harder one. The end challenges of the Gauntlet were damn near impossible for many, but the Team Leader solos are a long grind, so both audiences have been catered to. I think Team Leaders were well done. They should have been there at the launch, but what are you going to do? Weekend League has been very good and a great addition to the mode. There's been some grumbling around that it should be 20 games instead of 25, and I can't say I disagree, but it is what it is. The value you get from some of the packs, like the gold GOAT ones, were great. That was up until the Vic weekend crashed the gold prices on the regular gold packs that were also had decent value. The sets providing value to packs is exactly what I've yearned for, and the devs have delivered. The fantasy pack's also been a very nice development, kind of the choose your own kind of reward there. That was pretty sweet, although overall now that the value on them have gotten kind of low. The developers said that the cards are that are higher overalls will play better than the lower overalls. They nailed that this year so far. I don't see nearly as much talk about an equalizer as I used to, and I'll get into this so far in a little bit. All right, the legends so far have been some of the best we've seen, from Moss to Kelvin, LDT, Bettis, Dion, Ray Lewis, and many others. We've got legit superstars this year. I might do a video on other legends I'd like to see, but so far they've killed it in my opinion. Now let's get on to the bad, the things that I don't like. I wish we got more variety for packs on the weekends. The legend market has been almost barren. And I think a lot has to be made of pack odds lately. Obviously, we can't have pack odds that are obscene like those fan appreciation packs ones last year, since they crashed the market and never recovered. And even the second time the fan appreciation packs came out, they weren't worth it, since the prices on all the top cards had crashed. Packs need to get their value through the toppers and the silver and gold pieces that are in them. Sets give packs value. You could do the quick sell thing you did last year to basically make coins off the packs for us people that buy them, where they put quick sells in the packs that were very good returns. I think it was only for a limited time for a limited number of packs. I don't know why they don't do that anymore. I do think EA should go to the MLB The Show way and just sell coins directly. And in my opinion, that'll take care of all this. But as for toppers, they need to do a topper and not something and not make it something we pay for. That's not a topper. That's just another pack. Give us motivation to open bundles with good prices. The lack of content on many days of the week is frustrating and disappointing. There's nothing to look forward to on Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Us people who play Mut are like kids. We need consistency in a schedule. Then gift us large promos like Halloween, Christmas, and so on when they come. Although that's getting into what I would do going forward. And like I said, we'll get to that video. I don't think non-auctionable and tradable cards are as fun as you think they are. Sure, it's always nice seeing higher overall NAT card, and you giving us the option to choose between NAT rewards and auctionable is awesome, but please save us from ourselves and don't give us that choice too frequently anymore. Please make everything auctionable. The market begs you, and even though it's sweet to see that card's initial flash, not being able to change your roster around because of NAT makes the game stale and hurts the team building aspect of it. Grinding yards and touchdowns from Upmaster was a terrible idea. What's masterful about sitting in rookie solos for hours on end throwing streaks to 87 Moss? Please change it up for mid-season master and in the final master. Making Mut Master NAT was shameful. Such a terrible decision to take the reason to complete it fast and early out of the game, to sell it for high rewards. Also, since it's NAT, what's the point about creating your ultimate team like I talked about before? Like, why would I get Kraus, a very popular player, if I have Sean Taylor? I'm set at free safety for, what, 4 to 5 months? I'm not building my team at that point. The lack of things to do outside of playing head-to-head and solos is embarrassing compared to previous years. I'm going to hit this hard in my what to do video, as I think a lot of the fun of Mut is right here, and you're missing it. Your coach and team upgrade sets suck. They require too high of a coin investment for some pretty weak chem boosts. Chemistries are a clear step down from previous years. You took a component of the game that added depth and richness and killed it. We were really hoping you learned from last year and we're going to iterate on them and make them better. Instead, you made them terrible. Why do defenders have a chem toughness that boosts offensive stats like carrying? Your defensive end ratings are also terrible. Compare a similar 3-4 outside linebacker and a defensive end and see the differences. Like the 86 Perry and the 86 Johnson team leaders. This has been an issue for years. Please improve upon those defensive end ratings. The ratings, or however you calculate overalls. The ratings themselves on cards is something we need to have a long discussion on. Instead of allowing players to build budget stud lineups, say a lineup that performs well in something specific, a certain scheme, you made most cards around the same overall have the same stats. Like there's no difference in offensive linemen this year. For example, let's look at Mike Iupati's elite card every year, 15 through 18. Now the 18 is a team leader card for overall consistency. But basically, he goes from a great run blocking, terrible pass blocking player to kind of mush together to 85, 81 in the two. From 94 to 73, basically specializing the scheme around that run block, but giving up the pass block. So you can't create a specialized squad in 18 to run a run-first scheme, like I'm saying, without high overall players. Maybe it's the movement to competitive Madden to make things more equal across the board, but I, for one, hate this mentality. Allow scheme specialization based on the player's strengths in real life. It creates a more dynamic environment with a bigger challenge in team building and gives certain cards unique identities. It allows budget teams to compete with higher overalls through utilization of a scheme. Now, next point, I was going to complain about getting rid of the limited time cards as motivation to buy packs, but they came out with Thursday night promo. But please give us more of those headliner cards throughout the week. Where are the blogs explaining the promos and building hype for them? On the topic of blogs, how come there isn't one on Thresholds yet like promised? Our Mut season stats are a little bare. We don't know how our cards played for us, what stats they racked up during the seasons. We can't see past season scores. There's so much data EA has on us. They need to share it, down to the play call frequency and commonly called plays. Please make this data public. Other games already do it. In EA, even those games like Battlefield, FIFA. But Thresholds next might make an endgame cards all play alike. I talked about this a little bit before. So if the threshold for top-end zone is 91, why get a 98 zone? I'm not a huge fan of thresholds being coded into the game, but I know it's animation-based, so I don't know how else they do it. Like some of them, like route running, ball carrier moves, and so on, because an elite juke move, you need that elite animation to hit that threshold, and that's fine. I understand that. But I'd prefer to see something like zone coverage gradually get better with each increasing stat point, instead of the dramatic improvement as you go from 89 to 90 to 91. But let me know what you guys think of Mut 18, what you think needs to be improved, what you like in the comments. Thanks for watching Call to Action. I will see you tomorrow.